At this year's Shanghai World Expo, the entire site has been equipped with more than 1,000 vehicles which run on alternative energy sources to petroleum. In the final installment of our series of reports from the World Fair, we take a closer look at the future of transportation on show in Shanghai.
Oil reserves will be exhausted before this century ends, and with the world's dependence on petroleum products, that's a scary thought. Take transportation. How would people get around? Yet automotive emissions are the greatest contributor to greenhouse gases. Thus, at the Songhai Expo, gas-powered cars have been banned in favor of these new vehicles. If we want to continue in our current comfortable lifestyle, other fuels must be discovered. One candidate is hydrogen, which fuels this vehicle. In any junior high textbook, one studies the electrolysis of water, dividing the molecule H2O into pure hydrogen and oxygen. We also learn that batteries operate on the reverse of that process, fusing oxygen and hydrogen to produce electricity and water. It's renewable, no burning is involved, and no greenhouse gases are produced.
It uses hydrogen and oxygen to create a chemical reaction that produces extremely pure water. This sort of vehicle is probably the most environmentally conservative sort there is.
Hydrogen-powered vehicles are extremely clean. They emit only water. However, hydrogen's delivery and production costs are extremely high, and storage is a big problem. 1 kilogram of hydrogen takes up the space of about 3 kilos of gasoline, and with 30 liters of hydrogen, a car can only travel about 100 kilometers. Still, with ample hydrogen, recharging batteries is never a worry. These cars don't use gasoline. They run on electricity, recharging at night for use the next day. The process takes about 6 hours, but by morning, the car is ready for a full day's use.
Electric vehicles have zero emissions, emit zero pollutants. Secondly, less noise pollution, because there's no engine. Thirdly, looking at it in terms of electricity, it's extremely cheap.
But hydrogen electric cars must become more common before these effects will be felt, and take several hours to recharge. At the Shanghai Expo, as soon as the buses arrive at the station, they automatically link up with the chargers and receive 200 ampere currents to quickly refuel for the 30 seconds passengers use to disembark. The bus may then continue along for another 3 kilometers. Using 100 kilometers as a benchmark, where gasoline would cost 250 renminbi, the electricity costs only 70. Both green and cheap, and with no need for the spider webs of wires that powered the old system. Automobiles give us speed and conveniences, but they're also terminally polluting our environment. Taiwan has announced that within 3 years, the country will have 3,000 electric cars on the road and provide a subsidy of $3,100 per vehicle, and hopefully within a few decades, Taiwan's gasoline cars will be a thing of the past.